Nadeem here with PC.Solutions.Net. So today we're going to talk about the CDK breach. Everybody's heard about it by now. Let's start with who is CDK. CDK provides software to dealerships. They collect a lot of data, and there was a hacker group that attacked and encrypted their systems. It was one thing to be able to pay the hackers and get the decryption key, which CDK did. But the bigger problem for CDK was the compute power required to decrypt all the data. That was huge. And on top of that, it was going to take time. So now we had dealerships where they could not function without that decrypted data to be made available to them. And at the end of the day, it was costing a lot of money to not be in operation for dealerships. The moral of this story is, even if you get a decryption key, it will take time to decrypt the data, especially for companies like CDK where they handle a lot of data. There is a fine balance that needs to be struck. You can throw a lot of compute power at a problem, and that costs you a lot of money, or you can put in a little less compute power, but that will take a lot longer, costing you money for a longer period of time. Either way, CDK was in a tough spot. They couldn't get the data quickly enough, and they had to pay a lot for compute power to decrypt the data. This impact is going to be felt for probably about a decade. The fallout from this is going to have impact directly on consumers. The ripples are going to be far and wide. And CDK has a lot of resources for securing themselves, and yet they failed. CDK actually shut down operations after back-to-back cyber attacks. And eventually they ended up paying ransom to get the decryption keys. And then they had to scrounge all the resources to decrypt all the data. And this process takes several days. Of course, by now there are several lawsuits filed, and the long-term effects of this breach are still being investigated and analyzed. It will take some time to see how far this goes.